Yeah, welcome to the Brown Boy Wonder Podcast. Reviews and reactions. Let's go. It's the Brown Boy Wonder. Hold it down, representing for the culture. Every episode brings you closer into the mind and the heart of a hustler, where the truth and the groove collide. Stay tuned in, come enjoy the ride. Keep it authentic like that, never hold back. It's the Brown Boy Wonder Podcast. The Brown Boy Wonder Podcast. Subscribe, share, and stay tuned in. The vibe's always on.
This is the Brown Boy Wonder Podcast.
Welcome to the Brown Boy Wonder Podcast. We are back to talk about Batman Beyond, this time episodes 6 through 10. Let me bring on my guest here. My first guest, he does some mind games. It is Anthony. Anthony, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. I'm ready for my drug sort of allegory here. Excited to be here.
Hey man, I'm glad you're here. I have some mind games. And my last guest, she hates rats. It's Ray. Ray, how are you doing today?
I'm good. There are children screaming outside, so if you hear that, I apologize.
Oh gosh. Well, hopefully we won't hear any kids screaming because we're going to talk about episode 6. It is called Bloodsport. Have you guys seen that movie, Bloodsport? Where it's called Claude Van Damme, that guy? He does the
I know
splits.
of it.
Okay.
I know of it.
I'll tell you right now, it's the best 80s movie of all time. Or maybe the best movie of all time, in my opinion.
Whoa. All right.
Wow.
Or the best 80s movie of all time. There's a lot of, the Star Wars, there's Back to the Future, but I think Bloodsport is my thing. All right, in Gotham Hotel, a mysterious man is given the penthouse suite. He ignores the staff's various offers, claiming that all he requires is privacy. Same, brother. While he looks over the city of Gotham, a mosquito sucks some of his blood. He fires a dart from a blowgun, killing mosquito with some crazy accuracy. I did some research on mosquitoes. We're in the middle of mosquito season of spring here. I have some facts here. Are you guys ready?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Mosquitoes can smell human breath.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. I mean, people have some stinky breath, but what about some good breath? Are they still attracted to that?
You're the one with the facts.
Well, that's true. I just got this fact. I'm just going deeper. The other one is there are more than 3,500 species of mosquitoes worldwide. However, not all mosquitoes suck blood.
Isn't it usually also just the females, too?
Yes, it's them, and there's also some mosquitoes that don't have a mouth. So those are called like love mosquitoes, something like that, or kissing bug. No, they're called like kissing mosquitoes, where they don't have a mouth. I think that's one of them.
All right.
I mean, I didn't know any of this.
Oh, that's good. That's good. I'm glad I brought it up. Yeah, watch out for mosquitoes right now because they will suck your.
Oh, you want to say it? Oh.
Yeah. Okay, I'll try again. Watch out for mosquitoes because they will suck your
Arm.
Yeah, blood.
Just
The arm.
arm.
Yeah. All right. Meanwhile, Batman surveys a group of chop shoppers and starts his nightly business. While Batman fights off the thugs, Bruce mentions him that his mother has asked him to do some errand on his way home. However, when morning comes, Terry has forgotten to do so, and his mother yelled at him for not helping her enough. Terry's a good son, but sometimes you don't have to always help your mom. No, you can help your mom, but like sometimes you forget. That night, his name is Stalker, the one who's in the penthouse, performs a ritual in which he smears his blood with ink and draws several animal symbols on his skin, one of which is his Batman symbol. With the ceremony done, he extends his retractable spear and heads out into the city. Eventually, coming to the Casemore Tribal Arts Gallery, he forces his way in. Batman learns of the break-in and enters. Stalker watches Batman from an unseen area and attempts to attack him with his blowgun. Batman manages to evade, but Stalker attacks him again, this time tackling him to the ground. The two fight for a short while, and Batman learns he is much stronger than he is. Batman still manages to gain the upper hand, but Stalker throws a grenade at him, releasing a power that temporarily blinds him. And Stalker disappeared while Batman also leaves. So guys, this is our first introduction of the Stalker. What do you guys think about this this tattoo man?
I mean, I feel like we should get the Craven the Hunter comparisons out of the way right now, right? Like this is a Spider-Man episode, but to be fair, this Batman is very Spider-Man. So I mean, I think it's a cool concept enough, especially to do it in a futuristic setting. It's kind of different than the typical scenario. So yeah, I think this is kind of a different villain for Batman, at least this Batman.
Yeah, like the original Batman didn't had. I mean, he has Ra's al Ghul, that ancient villain, but when it comes to this guy, I think it's a little different. What about you, Ray?
Yeah, I mean, he's just Craven. I do think it's a little weird that they'll continuously say that he has tattoos, and it's like we saw him like draw those on. It's a lot more like body paint.
Yeah,
It's not tattoos. And it's just weird that like for the rest of the episode they're like that tattooed man. That man has tattoos, and it's like no, he doesn't.
no, they gotta. Maybe it's the future. They're kind of weird over there. I don't know. Well, shortly afterwards, Terry runs up to his mother and finds that he's late again. She gives him the responsibility for feeding Matt, and they go to Cheesy Dan's for dinner. However, Stalker is also watching him from afar, seeing through his electronic eye, and Terry glows brightly. Is Cheesy Dan's the same thing as like Chuck E. Cheese?
Yeah, I would say so.
Is there a better version of Chuck E. Cheese?
A better
Like
version. Wait,
nowadays?
Yeah,
in what sense?
nowadays. Like, is there a competition of Chuck E. Cheese out there?
No, Chuck E. Cheese itself is dying just on its own.
Yeah.
But I mean, as an adult, I'm sure places like we just went somewhere for your birthday not too long ago. That was kind of like adult Chuck E. Cheese when you think about it.
Yeah. They should have a mascot over there. Call him Pin.
Big old bowling pin. Yeah, why not?
Little bit Pin. Yeah. It must be hot in that costume. Can't remove. At Cheesy Dan's, Terry meets up with Max. Seeing Stalker following him, he quickly leaves Matt with Max and starts running through the city. He eventually is stopped by the police, who is reluctant to believe his story that a man with a spear is chasing him. However, Stalker arrives and make a short work of the police. Terry runs into the subway and tries to lose the guy by riding the train, again without success. Bruce contacts Terry and tells him that the man that is chasing him is called the Stalker. We got it, Bruce, we got it. And he kind of to summarize him, a big game hunter who only goes after the most dangerous prey. The train soon stops and Stalker goes after his target. However, he soon discovers that the man he's brought down is a bum whom Terry had given a jacket to. And then Terry himself has escaped. So when I saw the scene, I was like, did Batman Begins copy this scene here?
I mean, I did make the same reference when I watched it. I was just like, that's a nice coat.
It's a nice coat. Also, I mean, Terry's coat is also brown. That scene in Batman Begins is also brown. So we're looking at you, Nolan. We see you watching Batman Beyond. Terry returns to Cheesy Dan's and finds that Matt has been taken. He goes to Bruce and showers. I would too. Learning that the powder Stalker sprayed on him was phosphorus, allowing Stalker to track him. Bruce then shows Terry a disc he found in Matt's jacket. The disc contains a map revealing where Stalker will be found. But at the Stalker suite, Matt is being kept in a cage above the floor of the vendetta, which now closely resembles a jungle. As Stalker walks past, Matt sees a surgical scar running down the entire length of Stalker's back, and asked about it. Stalker explains that back when he was an ordinary poacher with a rifle, he became overconfident and was mauled by a panther. Ouch. His back was broken in 5 places, requiring replacement with an artificial spine. The operation was intensely painful, but Stalker found afterward that his strength and reflexes had been greatly enhanced. Man, poachers are they still a thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't see that much in the news, but like they still hunt down animals with no reason. I mean, if you're gonna kill an animal, at least eat it. But poachers, they're banned on the Brown Boy Wonder podcast. How about that?
That's a fair call. I mean, there was that story is a while ago now, but remember there was
Mhm.
like that story about the dentist, right? That was like
Right.
a big game hunter. So yeah, they're still around. I will say for this scene in the show, wonderful, wonderful looking scene with all the harsh like reds and blacks, the way it was animated, like him telling his
Yes,
backstory along this. I thought this looked awesome. I would say like this sequence alone really made this episode stand out to me.
I liked it. Oh yeah, that Jimmy John's. You guys eat at Jimmy John's? I think that guy's a poacher. I think he killed an elephant. If I remember that
Oh
picture.
yeah, that one
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, Jimmy John's, you're banned. Boycott. I don't eat there. Upon recovering, he tracked down the panther and killed it with his bare hands in revenge. However, he felt unsatisfied that the fight has been too easy, and now no animal is power enough to challenge him. Upon learning that Batman had returned, he headed to Gotham to hunt him down. Batman arrives and attacks Stalker, drawing first blood like Rambo. When Stalker's mouth bleed, however, Stalker's was prepared for him and sends him into a trap of steel cables. Batman manages to escape, but falls into a trap of flash grenades, then into a pit trap. Batman manages to get out of the trap and heads to Matt, only to find himself caught in a foot snare. Stalker attacks him, but Batman isn't though. Batman hurls Stalker into Matt's cage by distracting him. I did like Stalker's monologue or dialogue. He said this one thing here. I wrote it down. He said, "You are the legendary Batman, the dark demon of the concrete jungle." I was like, that's a good line. When Stalker gets up and sees that Batman is gone, surprised, he checks the trap only to discover that he's been tricked and Batman is still in it. Batman comes out of the stealth mode and jams Stalker's spear into the trap. The electricity from the trap damages Stalker's spine and his vision. Opening his eyes, he imagines seeing Batman as a panther that nearly killed him. He leaps from the suite and onto the train track. A train rushes towards him, he also sees as a panther. Batman looks away before seeing Stalker's hit. Matt is also free. Terry McGinnis, what the hell? You're supposed to save him at least.
He just watched it happen. He didn't do a damn thing.
It's like he forgets that he has the rocket boots to where he can just like scoop in and like fly and scoop in and save people. They really need to establish like that like it can only be used so much before like he runs out of gas for the night or something.
I mean, for real. It's okay. He's still a teenager. I'll give him this only last pass. If he does it again, I can't do it. Back at home, Matt tells his mother about his ordeal with excitement. Though his mother plays along, it's obvious she doesn't believe him. Matt finishes up by saying that Batman is cool and not a loser like Terry. If only he knows. Yeah, that was it for this episode. Was this a thumbs up or a thumbs down? I'll go with you, Ray.
Outside of the flashback scenes, I would say this episode's kind of bland. It is just like the Kraven the Hunter with Spider-Man, and the Spider-Man animated series did do that. So, but that being said, those flashback scenes are really, really good. Like they're so artfully done, and like it just makes me want a show that looks just like that. So honestly, just for that, this episode gets a thumbs up.
For a 1 minute scene, it's a thumbs up. I agree. What about you, Anthony?
I like that it was a Spider-Man episode. Like I said, I think that doing it in this futuristic setting is fun. I think this is a cool original character. I thought that his whole reasoning was fun. Yeah, it's not like it was over the moon crazy, but I'd give it a thumbs up.
Yeah, it's if it wasn't for that flashback scene, probably a thumbs down. But thank you, whoever wrote that scene. I do have an interesting fact for this episode. This episode was produced before the episode we saw last time, Hidden Agenda, aired afterwards, which was why Maxine doesn't know Matt. Even though she used a cover story about him in the last episode, in this episode, she still doesn't know that Terry is Batman.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, so I guess I should have done the other way. Watched this one last time and watched the Hidden Agenda right now, but too late. All right, let's get into episode 7 here. It is called Once Burned. Oh, I've been through that. Up on a Gotham skyrise apartment, a group of poker players, is it grumbled or how do you? What's the adjective for playing poker?
Playing poker?
Okay, playing poker.
Are you talking about like the gambling?
Yeah, that. I'll just call it playing poker. They had an indecision of one of which each player. One's called Bernie. The convo indicates that they're all criminals. Bernie claims he hears someone outside and sends his goons to check. While searching, the goons are assaulted by 10. Do you guys jumped out of your seat when you guys saw the returning 10?
No.
I mean, it was because I like that character. Yes, I'm happy to see this character back. I like that we have a reoccurring sort of list of characters for Terry, and this one obviously they've said it before, but very much his like Selena Kyle in a way. So yeah, I'm happy to see her.
I'm happy to see her too. The game continues, and 10 tosses her own exploding card onto the table, taking the bet money. She quickly tries to make her getaway, but her card glider is shot and destroyed. She's trapped, hides from the angry gang, while the shooting attracts Batman's attention. Batman arrives and throws the takeover to the players, but they continue their shooting. Using a gas bomb, Batman manages to distract the players long enough to allow himself and 10 to escape. Terry tells Bruce about the incident and learns that he got too close to the Derby, a high-stakes poker game that has been around since before Bruce was Batman. That's a long time. Bruce believes that 10 only went for her greed. Terry insists that she only was desperate, but Bruce chalks it up to his youth, and he was like, "Oh, it's okay, don't worry about it." Terry returns home and finds Melanie waiting for him. Ooh la la. She asks to harbor her until dark. Terry is reluctant to help her, but she claims that the Jokers had kidnapped her family and the money from the Derby for ransom. Oh, they want the money from the Derby for ransom. Dana calls up, and Terry decides to tell her that he can't study with her for now, proving that he's willing to trust Melanie. Do you guys trust this returning Melanie?
Not fully, no. Just because the whole stealing thing, so that kind of makes it difficult.
Yeah. The thing is, they made out. So is Terry cheating?
Yeah.
Oh. Damn. I mean, look, Terry doesn't save people. He cheats. I don't think he's a good Batman. He's probably a good Spider-Man. Right now, he's not a good Batman to me. What's wrong with him? Well, that night, Melanie tries to apologize to Terry, but he's not interested. Terry's family comes home, and Melanie takes the sign to leave. Concerned over 10's fate, Terry calls up Batman and claims that he wants to take the night off to study with Diana. Later, he learns that the location of the Derby from Maxine and heads out to stop 10. Batman arrives to find 10 preparing to rob the Derby once again, though he insists that she should stop, but she refuses. After a brief struggle, Batman catches 10 and learns of her motives, deciding that theft is not the answer. He takes 10 to the Joker's hideout so they can rescue her family. While making their plans, 10 gives Batman a message for Terry, and the two move in. Is 10 a more interesting character than Catwoman?
I wouldn't say that. I think Catwoman was more fun, but like I see the similarities. So no, I wouldn't say more interesting. Not yet.
Not yet.
No.
Okay. I don't remember if she's in future episodes, but she is. She might be better than Catwoman. Who knows? Who knows? The duo is soon discovered by the Jokers and is attacked. During the fight, 10 escapes, leaving Batman behind. Unaware of 10, Batman finds a sleeping member of the Jokers and learns that they are unaware of the Royal Flush Gang's abduction. The gang catches Batman, and he is in a bad situation until the Batmobile arrives and manages to escape. 10 goes back to the Derby and proceeds to rob the game. This time managing to escape, she goes to the warehouse and tosses the ransom to the figure in the dark. However, she soon discovers that the figure is... Go with you, Anthony. Who is that guy?
It's a king of sorts. It's the king of the Royal Flush Gang.
Yes. The king and the queen reveal that they were never kidnapped, and the whole thing was a ruse to test 10's loyalty. Devastated by their actions, 10 realizes that her parents don't love her, and she doesn't want to be a gang member anymore. Batman soon arrives and is attacked by the gang while 10 runs off. The fight doesn't go well for Batman until the poker player gangsters arrive and start shooting the place. The Royal Flush Gang attempts to escape, but they are soon discovered that Batman is also called in the police. Both the Royal Flush Gang and the poker players are caught and arrested. Meanwhile, 10 disappears in the shadows. I'll say this right now. This family gang, they suck. They're always getting caught.
It's true. They do willingly give themselves up here. That's true.
Yeah. Later, Terry and Diana go to the dance club, and Terry soon finds the letter that 10 gave to Batman. Deciding to put Melanie behind him, Terry throws out the note without ever reading it. Good job, Terry. Dana is only for you, not Melanie. Thank you, Terry. That's it for this episode. Are you guys giving it a thumbs up or a thumbs down? I'll go with you, Anthony.
I'll give it a thumbs up. I think it's we're still in that period a little bit of Terry having to learn lessons that Bruce has learned, right? We get a lot of that, especially with this character. And I do like that it kind of showed that she did sort of kind of have her heart in the right place, right? Like there's a point where you think, oh, she tricked Terry into, doing this because, she sends him to the Jokers. But in
Right.
reality, she really did think that the Royal Flush Gang had been kidnapped and held ransom by the Jokers. So, like, she was doing it because that's where she thought her loyalty lied, and it turns out it didn't. So, I would say I also don't remember if she comes back at this point. If she does stick around with this gang, at that point, we have to say, girl, you're a lost hope, right? Like, you can't be tricked
Yeah,
again. But this is it. I mean, at least she finally learned her lesson. So thumbs up for me.
absolutely. What about you, Ray? Do you give Melanie 10 a chance?
No, I don't give her a chance. I will say I do have the answer if this is her last episode or not. If you want that,
Why not? Give it to me.
she has one more episode after this.
Oh, I hope she doesn't die.
Who knows? Maybe it'll be okay if she dies. Anyways, no, this is a fine episode, I do like the bait and switch of like if this was a Catwoman episode, Catwoman probably would have like actually been playing Batman the whole time.
Right.
Meanwhile, Melanie is not. She's just being duped by her awful, awful family.
Dude.
And, it's a little sad, so I'll give it a thumbs up.
Yeah, I'm also giving a thumbs up. Like, I know family can be complicated, but like, all this for loyalty? Yeah, they're the same blood. Of course, there's loyalty there. Anyways, I do love 10 as a character. I think she gives a lot of dynamic to Terry because Terry's confused all the time. So he doesn't know if he loves Melanie or he loves Dana or maybe he loves Bruce. I don't know. But I'm giving it a thumbs up. I don't know. I'll give it a thumbs up. I have no interesting fact for this episode, so I apologize to all the fans who are listening. Let's get into episode 8, guys. It's called Hooked Up. Oh no. A young teenager named Donnie gives a knockout performance at a rock concert. As he leaves the arena, he pushes past his adoring fans and starts with starts to enter it with his 3 waiting girlfriends. Then the scene changes to a VR parlor where Donnie's booth has been shut off. He begged to put on. He was begged to go back on, but the mystery man says he needs to pay. So in this scene here, there's a lot of things to unpack. I do want to say that one of the fans says, "Sign here." She kind of lifted her shirt. I was like, "Whoa, this is a kid show."
Oh.
I know rock concerts they go that far, but like it caught me off guard. But speaking of rock concerts, what's one rock concert would you guys love to go to, past or present?
Love to go to. I'll say past. I would have loved to have gone to a Linkin Park concert back in their
Yeah.
prime, back in the heyday. And I guess future, I'd love to go to a Nine Inch Nails concert. So that's where my head is.
Okay, what about you, Ray?
I mean, my answers are pretty much the same because, like, I've been to plenty of concerts over the years, but I've never seen Linkin Park, and I haven't seen Nine Inch Nails, and I would love to see Linkin Park back when Chester was still around. And
Yeah.
I love Nine Inch Nails, so yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think that would be more of a religious experience if you were there with Chester's alive. But that's like That's a whole deal.
Yeah.
But besides Linkin Park, I'll say Breaking Benjamin. I want to see.
Oh,
They,
yes.
they're still performing though, but like back in maybe 2005, I'll probably be part of that. For now, are there any rock bands that are like relevant now?
It doesn't matter about relevancy. It matters about if you like the music.
So the answer is no.
No. I guess. I guess Imagine Dragons. I don't know.
Oh no.
Move on.
No. Because I know all the old rock bands we listen to, they're still making music. It's just that they're just old now. So, like Yellow Card, I saw they made a new song. I'm like, man, I see your white hair. Just stop making music. No, so make music, but like, I don't want to see you like this. How about that?
It's just don't show your faces.
Yeah, don't show your face. Just do like a audio clip. That's it. I want to say Breaking Benjamin are really active on TikTok. They reply to every comment. So for those who are fans, reply to them. Halo. A young teenager named Donnie gives a knockout performance. Oh, I just said that. At the school you hate, Anthony Hill. Terry is still trying to wake up after a rough night. Max suggests that he would be better if she came with him sometimes, but he refuses to point blank. On patrol that night, Terry sees Donnie, who ran away from home and school the week before. Donnie is trying to panhandle from pacifiers, but when they refuse, he becomes more violent and starts mugging them, snatching their wallets and purses. Batman confronts him and is astonished when Donnie leaps off the building roof in desperation to get away from him. The chase leads down to a highway where Terry is forced to break off the pursuit and to prevent a highway crash. Donnie returns to the parlor and offers the stolen money, begging to be hooked up again. That's the name of the episode. And is given by the chance by the mysterious man. And it is you go ahead, Ray. Who is this mysterious man?
It's Spellbinder.
It's Spellbinder. Did you guys scream when you saw his round face?
What? Aye!
Oh God. Oh jeez. Because you might. Are you in the spell right now?
Yeah. I'm dreaming away. I'm having a great time.
Oh jeez. It is Oscar season. You might see Mr. Oscar. Anthony, you've been there.
Don't remind me.
Well, besides Oscar Man and potentially remember Demon Daniel, we don't want to see them again.
What a team up!
Oh, that team. We made that team name. I forgot the team name was, but we'll move on. Another one of the Spellbinder's clients, Jesse Ventura. No, just Jesse Pinkman. Suddenly loses consciousness and becomes comatose. Spellbinder shuts off the others' booths and tells them to dump Jesse somewhere, and then go out to find new recruits. Man, this Spellbinder guy, he is trafficking these people. He's not a good person.
No, I wouldn't say so. No.
No. Jesse is later found and hospitalized. Bruce notes that she is the latest of the long list of runaways who has been later found comatose and are currently hospitalized. However, whatever is happening to them is likely connected to Donnie. Terry reluctantly brings Max along on the investigation to visit Donnie's parents, whom she has met before. They are disturbed to see that the parents live in a ghetto, I would say, apartment, and that Donnie's father is abusive towards his wife and no longer wants to see his son. While there, Max finds a crash card belonging to Donnie and sees a large number of charges from the video arcade, which includes a VR booth. This show is pretty kind of accurate when it comes to VR because, well, I know right now today's days people don't really use VR, right? The Meta VR or the PlayStation VR, it's not as prevalent, but like what they show here is, I mean, it was almost like that.
I like the depiction of it. I like that you're sort of in this ball and like you sort of move at what you're doing, but you're more
Yeah.
like in a dream, sort of ethereal state. Like I imagine they could have shown them doing like VR actually is in our life where you're moving, but we don't see
Hmm.
what you're doing. Or I can imagine this just being still and suspended, but this kind of goes with a bit more. I don't know. It's like this weird floating thing, and I kind of liked it.
Yeah. It's good. It's good. They visit the arcade, which is real. While there, Donnie and the other two of the Spellbinder's clients catch sight of Max and Terry and offer to show them a real virtual reality experience. Terry is reluctant again, but Max is eager to investigate further. After hearing that the experience is offered by Spellbinder, there is a fight in which Terry is distracted by Donnie, but Max is dragged away. Man, Terry should not bribe Max, man. She doesn't know what she's doing, but it's okay.
It's funny
Terry's
because like in the episode where she finds out that he's Batman, she goes, "You better
Mhm.
not be calling me Robin." And in this one, she's essentially asking to be Robin.
Yeah, that's
True. Yeah.
true. well, might as well call her Alfred now, because she's taken. I don't know what that means, but in the VR device, Max experiences in a fantasy where she returns home to her loving and supportive family. So, guys, if you guys were in this VR device, what would you guys envision?
I'd probably be in a like a vintage toy store that has everything that I need, or I'd be at like a movie theater playing movies I want to watch.
Mm. What about you, Ray?
Um, that's a good question.
Thank you.
Uh, I don't know. I guess probably just like reading a good book. I'm so
What?
lame. I
Reading
just
a
like, yeah, it
what type of
like,
book?
I mean, I'm a big fan of fantasy, so probably like a fantasy book.
Oh, like Dune.
I've never read Dune.
Oh, Lord of the Rings. Then
Sure, yeah, close.
okay. I mean, are you somewhere while reading this book? Are you top of a cliff or a hill? Mordor,
Um,
maybe.
I guess we'll go stereotypical. I'm in a nice cozy cabin.
Okay.
It's
With
raining
snow,
outside.
rain. Okay. Yeah, I'll go with Anthony's envision. I'll be in the IMAX theater watching The Scorpion King. Why not? You know what I'm saying? That was the first
Not
movie
even
I was
shot
like,
IMAX.
no. When I saw The Scorpion King, I'm like, oh my god, my favorite wrestlers on the screen. I was like 9.
You know
IMAX,
what?
give it to me.
I believe it. I believe
Thank
it.
you. The next night on patrol as Batman, Terry is shocked to see Max breaking into a car's glove department or compartment to steal from it. He confronts her and says she is desperate to get back to the VR room. Terry convinces her to return home, and he catches a glimpse of her reality. Her parents are divorced, and her mother is hardly ever home because of her work schedule. Most of the time is just Max and her sister. As she lays down to rest, Terry calls Bruce on the phone, and then Max sneaks up on him and knocks him out before leaving the apartment. After regaining consciousness, Terry tracks down Donnie and follows him to the parlor's location. He finds Max there, hooked up in again. He shuts down her booth and she's pissed off, telling him that it is what she wants and he has no right to interfere. He tries to reason with her, but then the spellbinder ambushes him and knocks him out. Max is eager to get hooked up in, and doesn't seem to notice that spellbinder is about to kill Terry. Spellbinder overloads Terry's mind and his illusion device. Then Max breaks out of the booth and subdues him. Spellbinder is arrested, and all the machines are all the victims are okay now. Max apologizes, saying that she almost got both of them killed. Terry tells her not to worry about it. It worked out all right at the end. Move all over. She's now proven her worth to him as a partner. Quotations only will take it a little slower from now on. End quotation. That's it for this episode. Is this a thumbs up or a thumbs down? Go with you, Ray.
This episode's a thumbs up. I thought this did the don't do drugs, kids messaging really well. So much so that like it even like says the words addiction and overdose in it.
Yeah.
It's just they use VR to convey the escapism and the euphoric serotonin like feeling that you get that you would from other drugs. There's great imagery when Spellbinder is like psychic attacking Batman, and like we see like the flashing of Batman and Terry underneath were screaming and all, and it's just this episode's really good. Honestly, I give it a thumbs up.
Thumbs up. Anthony, do you agree with Ray? Do you think this is the best Spellbinder episode?
Yeah, I'd give it a thumbs up too. I do agree. Pretty much everything Ray said. If you're gonna do an episode like this, that feels very like, oh, here's your lesson of the week. I think they did it well, and it fits within the world of this futuristic Batman Beyond. I think it doesn't feel like it's missing the drug aspect. It just feels like an evolution of it. See, I do like this episode quite a bit. Yeah, I will also give it a thumbs up.
Yeah, same here. There's a huge thumbs up, 3 thumbs up here for this Spellbinder episode. Spellbinder is probably, I've had to rank them right now. I would put Spellbinder number 1 and then Blight for now. That's how I rank them. But this kind of reminds me of a Hugo. Remember that Hugo Strange episode where you're trying to get Bruce's identity? It kind of reminds me of that when it comes to like being in a coma, that type of aspect. But
Sure.
yeah. Excuse me, I said a lot of is. Is Spellbinders Terry's Hugo Strange-ish? Kinda?
I mean, I don't think you'd want to hear this, but he might be his Mad Hatter more than anything else.
Oh,
so.
God, that Mad Hatter. I'll say this. The more I think about Mad Hatter after watching anime series, he's okay. But don't get me going into watching another Mad Hatter episode. If he shows up in this show, I might be out.
Think about how old
no one tell him about the finale.
Oh yeah. Oh, if he's in the finale, I don't know what I'll do myself.
Have you ever heard of the movie Batman Beyond: Return of the Mad Hatter?
If that look, Mad Hatter, we gotta settle some beef here. I do have an interesting fact here. Just we kind of mentioned it. Like the episode of Winning Edge, The Winning Edge. The episode is the commentary on addiction. I would say I'm addicted to. If it's not bad, I mean, addiction, is it always bad?
Yes. For it to be clarified as an addiction, it is it negatively affects your life. Yes.
Okay, let's say I'm addicted to helping people. That's not bad.
I mean, it can be, depending on how far you go with it.
That's true. I might risk my life for it. All right, let's get it going here. Episode 9. Look, it's called Rats. I don't want to see or if it's Ratatouille, I'll be fine with that. But if I see a rat crawling around my room, I'll jump up.
Rats are cute though.
You sure?
Yeah.
The big ones? Are you talking about the big ones or like
the all rats?
I don't know, Ray. I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, the tail, they might wrap you up. I'm not about that. Rats. A anonymous newscast speaks of Gotham's secret shame. A giant man eating rats. These rats are blamed for several disappearances. Matt states that they are nothing but an urban legend and a way for media to get more attention. But Chelsea, if you guys remember Chelsea, she seems to believe them. Dana, however, is more concerned with the fact that Terry has stood up her again. Terry arrives and then tries to patch things up, but she refuses to listen. Terry apologizes, claiming Mr. Wayne needed him again and doesn't blame Dana for being mad. However, Dana reveals she is more than mad, and she has tried to be patient with him. And while Terry replies, she has been great as she has always been there for him. Dana points out that she doesn't feel the same way in return. As she is the only one received broken promises and canceled dates, claiming that Terry cares more about his job than her. If you guys were Terry, do you just give up being Batman?
I wouldn't give up being Batman, but I would definitely tell Dana because, like, come on. It's Dana. You don't want to lose that.
I don't want to lose Dana. If I was Terry, Again, if you tell loved ones who you are, they might die. So I'll just give up.
But sometimes tragedy happens.
Yeah, I don't want
She
that to
doesn't know,
happen.
and look what happens in this episode.
Oh, that's true. Well, remember in Spider-Man 2, Tobey Maguire gave spoiler alert, he gave up to being Spider-Man. He became a happy person.
How'd that work out?
Oh yeah, that didn't work out at all. Because Spider-Man is him. So okay, I might give up Dana. I might have to give up Dana. I'm joking. I'll never give up. Terry reminds her that he has responsibilities now since his father died, and his mother and brother depends on him even more. And asks what she want. Dana reveals she would like someone who would be there for her, and then she leaves. Batman tries to go after her, but Chelsea advises him to give her some space, dude. Max admits to Terry that it's a shame he can't truth. When Dana reaches her car, she finds a white rose and a note saying, "I'll be there for you." Assuming the rose came from Terry, Dana begins to change her mind. At this point, I'm like, if this was Terry, I stood up from my recliner and I clapped 3 times. Good job, Terry. Later that night, at his house, Terry and Matt are relaxing until the phone rings. Matt answers and reveals it's Dana, and soon Terry sends him out of the room. Terry and Dana talk, reveals he didn't expect to hear from her. Dana says the rose changed her mind, which confuses Terry, revealing he didn't send Dana the rose. However, Dana doesn't notice and instead arranges a date for them at Rhino's Chili. What's that equivalent to? Rhino's Chili. Is that like is that Chili's or Applebee's?
It is Chili's.
No, it is not. It is not.
Oh,
it's
that's
nothing
true.
like Chili's. Okay,
That's true.
It's Chili's.
This is some bullshit. Look how she's dressed. She's dressed like that to eat chili.
No.
Chili. This is pathetic. If she was going to Chili's, a fine establishment, I would have no problem with how she's dressed. But how she's dressed right now for chili, could not believe it.
It's Chili's.
Well, Terry assures he'll be there, and Dana promises to wear the white dress he likes, ending the call. Terry is happily surprised, and soon Matt appears and begins teasing him about his relationship with Dana, but soon leaves when Terry forces him out of the room. At Dana's house, she is dressed and ready for her date with Terry. She says goodbye to her father, who believes she is leaving for a study group, of course. When Dana reveals she is meeting Terry, her father disapproves of her relationship as he knows Terry's past, believing that Dana could be with someone better. I think most dads will say that. Dana assures her father that Terry's trouble is in the past, while also mentioning his job with Mr. Wayne. They are interrupted when they notice a shadowy figure outside. Mr. Tan, the dad, goes to seek the intruder but finds nothing. Mr. Tan again expresses his concerns, but Dana reassures him and leaves for her date. For you guys, is there any advice for people going on a date for the first time?
For the first time.
Hmm.
I mean, be yourself.
Mm.
Don't put too much expectation on it. It's just the first date.
Mm.
And do something that you both can enjoy and that allows you to learn about each other.
You also want something with an easy out. You don't want to
Mm.
like do something long. You want to but you don't want to do something too short either. Like it's a
Good
fine
advice.
balance.
Don't do it
Well,
too
cuz
long, but
like
don't do it too short. Don't do it too hot, but don't do it too
well,
cold.
going to the movies is a bad first date. You don't get to talk, you
What if it's like
know?
a movie and then dinner?
But no, like no. What you want to do is like you want to go to like a botanical garden
Hmm.
where you can walk around. If you're waiting for like you can, like neither one of you can come up with conversations. You can comment on what you're looking at and use that bit as an icebreaker. But also if you're not like clicking,
Mm.
once you're done with a part, you can just leave. But if you are, you can go check out something else and then get a coffee and then maybe go get like dinner or something like that.
Mm. I like that. I like that. I know this one person. They went on a date at a. Well, their date is like the date was furniture shopping.
Ah, that's interesting.
Yeah, because the reason why for that is because do you'll notice their partners like attitude towards like spending, or like if they like this type of couch that kind of symbolizes something. So there's something to that. I thought it was strange at first, but like the more I think about it, it might be a good first date.
Sure, you learn their style, so you know what they're
Yeah,
kinda like their living space, well, what they wanna live in. Do they wanna live in something that's kinda, like, cold or warm? Like, yeah, that's interesting.
yeah. Get some fondue.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I mean, you could spend a whole day at IKEA, sure.
You'll probably get lost. I got lost. At the kids section when I was a kid. All right. Meanwhile, Terry heads out to meet Dana. Also, Dana. Whoa, smoking, smoking.
Yeah. They
That
weren't
is
gonna eat. They were gonna hook up in the back of a car.
whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah, probably.
What?
No, I mean the dress. It looks like she's gonna go to the Oscars or something. I mean, she looks great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so Terry heads out to meet Dana, but he receives a call from Bruce. Oh shit. Alerting him to Mad Stan being on a rampage. Knowing his responsibility comes first, Batman confronts Mad Stan, who believes that Gotham is falling apart due to an information overload in the library, and the two start to fight. I'll say this right now. Mad Stan is the worst villain in this show.
Worst villain? Okay,
He's
I think it's
interesting.
funny.
he's funny, but like he's in the way. Dana's right there, but Matt Stan, that's why he's the worst villain. He just came out. He so happens to show up at the wrong time. Mad Stan. Also, he just wanted to blow things up. While Batman and Mad Stan fight, Dana waits in front of rhinos and eventually decides that she's been blown off again. Angrily leaving the scene, she comes across another rose with the message, "I'll be there for you." As she reads the note, she is approached by two big ass rats that slowly advance on her. Man, these rats. Do you like to pet these rats, Ray? These are because these rats were standing up.
I mean, as long as they're not trying to bite me, yeah, I would pet them.
Okay. Well, Dana wakes up surrounded by white roses. Looking around, she finds herself in an underground room filled with shelves of junk items. A rat-like boy, not Ratatouille, greets her and tells her that his name is Patrick and that this is his collection of things that people don't want. Dana soon come across the giant rats again, but Patrick shows that he can control them and that they are really friends. Patrick, I wrote this down. I had to say it. Patrick, more like Ratrick from Pokemon.
I said that. I called him Ratrick too.
Look, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here. Back at Terry's house. Also, Pokemon cards are expensive. I don't know why they're like $10 each pack. Crazy. I'm not buying anymore. Back at Terry's house, Terry calls Dana and apologizes. Soon afterwards, there is soon instant knock at the door. Terry answers and is soon assaulted by Dana's father, who demands to know her whereabouts. Terry is taken back, but now learns that Dana is missing. Dude, Tand was pissed off. He could have called the cops on him, actually. But he didn't. In the sewers, Dana learns that Patrick ran away because people called him Rat Boy. And he sought to quit being teased. Attempting to escape, Dana offers to take Patrick to Rhinos for some chili. But he refuses to let her go and heads off for himself. I guess I'll say this now. This is our first... No, not yet. If you guys were Dana, what would you do? Rat Boy seems nice.
Debatable.
I would do what she's doing. She's placating him.
Yes.
I'd kill him.
What if it's a rat girl, Anthony?
I'd kill her.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. What Dana's trying to do is, trying to get the hell out of this situation. Good for her. Meanwhile, Terry has told Bruce about Dana being missing and is out investigating her disappearance. He comes across rhinos where Partons are escaping in doves. Inside, Patrick is busy ladling chili into the takeout containers for him and Dana. Batman discovers Patrick's giant rats and fights insurers. Patrick hears them and quickly packs up the chili. Man, he really loves chili. And escapes with the rats, mentioning Dana as they leave through the back door, which is Terry overhears and follows them into the sewers. Now I'll say this. This is our first introduction of Patrick, or you could call him Rat Boy. What do you guys think about this Ratatouille?
I think I've made my opinion known so far.
Yeah, now that he has revealed his true nature, kill him. Put him in the trap.
the mousetrap. Oh no. Well, okay, I'll give him this. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe his heart is in the right place.
No,
but
don't matter. If someone tells you no, regardless of gender, you stop. Simple as that.
That's true. No means no. No. Yes means yes, but no means
no.
Yeah. Back at Patrick's hideout, or rat out, Dana searches through the collection and finds a flashlight. With the light in the hand, she searches for a way out, passing by several barrels of toxic waste, which are presumably the source of the giant rats. The journey through the sewers proves to be an ordeal for Dana. Unable to go around, Dana falls into the sewer water and finds herself trapped in a pit along with a huge colony of regular-sized rats. Desperate, despite their small size, the rats are aggressive and attack Dana. Fortunately, Patrick arrives and scares off the rats. If I was Dana here, I'd probably just KMS myself because rats all over your body. GG for me, man. Also, dirty sewer water. RIP.
Yeah.
KMS myself. What do you think the MS stands for?
No.
Oh.
Don't linger on that. That was a perfect Michael Scott-esque quote. Okay, leave it alone.
No, look, I can't do rats. I can't do rodents in this nature. GG for me. What about you guys?
She does walk in poo-poo water a lot.
Big poo-poo.
Wasn't
In a
a
white
fan of
dress.
that. Yeah, that's the thing. She's in this filthy time. Yeah, wasn't good. At one point, yeah, she falls into the water. I don't know what happened to she was walking, right? Like, kind of like shin deep. And then all of a sudden, it's like this vast ocean. So, like, I don't know where the ground went.
She took off her shoes at one point too, which like I know you're in heels, but like don't walk in. No, don't put your bare feet on that.
No. Now she has to clean her feet. Dana doesn't look great anymore. I mean, I love Dana, but don't be in poo-poo water, pee-pee water. Just stay away from it. But it's okay because Patrick saved the day. He scared off the rats.
He is a rat. He didn't scare off nothing.
Oh, that's true. He just scared himself. Later they return to Patrick's hideout. Patrick notices Dana isn't eating, of course, because she said poop, and asks if something's bothering her. Dana angrily snaps at him for kidnapping and for having rats as friends. Angered by her words, Patrick now sees that Dana isn't any different from the other people. Dude, rat boy, what the hell? What do you think, man? Having believed she would understand him better. Do you think this is like the modern take of like Beauty and the Beast? Is this what's going on here?
No.
It's it's a bit more Phantom of the Opera, I would argue.
Yes. The Phantom's face is very unattractive. No, Gerard Butler. Okay, you guys saw that movie with Gerard Butler? It was like 2002, whatever. Phantom of the Opera.
No.
Well, Gerard Butler played the Phantom, and he looked okay to me. So I don't know. Maybe they should watch Frankenstein. Where am I? I think I lost my train of thought here.
You're at home. You're safe.
Oh, thank you.
Unlike Dana.
Oh no, Dana, if she can hear us. Dana then questions if he's done this before. Patrick reveals in the past he's kidnapped people similar to Dana's problems and tried to give them a home in the sewers. All right, Patrick, you're gone. When Dana asks what happened to them, he pulls out a whistle and says, "They don't make fun of me anymore," implying that he murdered his previous victims, and he blows on it. All right, guys. Now I believe you guys now. He's a bad person. A rat person. The rats, both giant and regular, advance on Dana. Patrick grabs her and reveals she shouldn't have made fun of him. But before he can attack her, Batman arrives. Dana tries to question Batman as to how he found her, but he brushes it off and warns her to stay behind him while he fights them off. The rats begin to advance in Batman, and soon they quickly overwhelm. Dana rescues Batman as she takes a hockey stick and sets it ablaze. The two manages to ward off the rats long enough to escape. During the escape, Dana drops the lit hockey stick into the toxic waste, causing an explosion, and Dana falls unconscious. The fire quickly catches up, but Batman manages to save himself and Dana, and they safely go back to the surface. Later, as a fireman and news reporters arrive at the scene, Dana is sitting on an ambulance. Terry arrives and begins apologizing to Dana for not being there for her, blaming himself for what happened to her. Dana cuts him off, simply saying, "Shut up," causing Terry to slightly worry. However, Dana instead hugs Terry, needing comfort after this whole situation. Terry then begins to take her home. As they walk away, the card of the flower given to Dana by Patrick blows away with the wind. Whew, what an episode here. Are we giving this rat episode a thumbs up or a rat down? I'll go with you, Ray.
I like this episode. I thought this was a nice showcase of Dana, who has been severely lacking in the show, unfortunately. Yes. I mean, there was reasons for that, but I like that she, not that she could have saved herself, but like she doesn't just sit by when Batman shows up. Yeah. It was a nice balance of like needing the hero but not being completely helpless. And I just love Dana. I'm sorry. I just love Dana Tan. Yeah. I mean, if I was Terry, I would have like saved her as Terry, or at least at the end be like, all right, I'm going to tell you I'm Batman now. But you can't do that. This is only season 2. No. But yeah, I'll give this a thumbs up.
Yeah, I agree with you. What about you, Anthony?
I'm giving this episode a thumbs down. I just didn't really find it interesting at all. I didn't really like Rat Boy's plight. I didn't care about Dana in the sewers walking in poop. Yeah, I don't know. This did nothing really work for me at all. So I'll give it a thumbs down.
Interesting. Wow. Okay. I mean, I'll give this a thumbs up. Do you see more of Dana, as Ray mentions? I'd love to see that. Also, she's not a damsel. She's not a damsel in distress. She is. What's the opposite of damsel?
Batman.
She's Batman. she look, she can carry her on her own. That's why Terry loves Dana, if he doesn't know that yet. I have to give a thumbs up, man. This rat ass needs to go down. He murdered his previous people. So, goodbye. Did he die in this episode?
I think he exploded.
Yeah, he exploded. Again, Terry didn't save him again. I know he's a bad person, but being Batman, you gotta save people. But there's he didn't save people. He didn't save. So this is the second time he didn't save someone. So we're on a steady slope here. But I do have an interesting fact for this episode. At one point, Patrick is holding an action figure for Magma, who appeared in the episode of Heroes. Magma and the other in the Terrific Trio were heroes until they threatened to destroy Gotham, which is why he have an action figure that would be discarded.
Yeah, that was the Fantastic Four episode with 3 people.
Yeah. I think was that in season 1? Yeah, it was season 1. Season 1. All right, let's get into our last episode here. It is called Mind Games. Not Chris Angel's Mind Freak, but Mind Games. It's a dark. It's a dark and stormy night over Gotham, and a supposed small family flies through the city in their car. Suddenly, lightning strikes the car and they lose power, or lose control. Unfortunately, Batman is nearby and manages to save them. The family is unharmed, but the young daughter stares at Batman with a sad, disturbing look. I'll say this right now. This kid looks like Wednesday Addams.
Yeah,
that's undisputable.
Yeah, not Jen Ortega, but just generic Wednesday Addams. The next day, Terry goes to school, and during a test, he sees the girl that he saved earlier in class. She asks him to help her because she doesn't want to go. However, no one seems to notice her. Were you guys freaked out? I was a little getting freaked out in this episode. At least in the scene.
It's some creepy people.
The thing is, she has a big head with a small body. That kind of throws me off.
Well, she is a child.
Oh, that's true. The way she stares at Terry, that kind of creeps me out.
It's a little vacant, yeah.
Yeah, like she has like dead eyes. Terry goes to tell Bruce about her. While Bruce thinks about the information, Ace suddenly notices something is wrong, and Terry sees the girl again. Bruce instructs Terry to talk to the girl and learns that her name is Tamara. And when he asks where she is, she's mentally places Terry is in the hotel room with her parents. Her supposed father noticed she's calling someone angrily, and he approaches her. When Terry tries to stop him, however, he's entangleable due to being in an illusion. Fortunately, Bruce is able to identify the place as Gotham Powers. Thoughts on what's happening here?
I like that so far this is very Terry driven. A
Yeah.
lot of the times it's one character like his friend or Bruce or someone else finds out information and he kind of has to stop it. This
Mhm.
is very much Terry's mission. Like he's the one that can see these things happening. He's the one being talked to. So like I like that about it.
Yeah, 100%. Terry and Max go to the hotel and sees the mother, big into it, and an albino. Listening in on them, Terry learns that their hotel room and heads out to investigate as Batman. Finding no one inside, Batman searches around, but only finds a small doll. Suddenly, the doll's head becomes Tamara's, and she warns him about impending danger. Just then, the father arrives and starts attacking Batman with a show of incredible strength. Batman manages to hurl the man out of the window, and he falls several stories to the ground, but he's completely unharmed. I don't know about you guys. Does his father look like Fred from Scooby Doo? Got the outfit, or got the hair.
I mean, he's got a white shirt and he's blonde. Yeah, I guess that's what you're what
Yeah,
you're going off of.
I mean, well, his hairstyle is kind of like Fred's. I don't know. It's like,
Sure, I get you.
yeah. Returning to Bruce, Terry looks at a series of pictures of children that have gone missing. Finally, he sees Tamara and learns the location of her true home. Going to investigate, Batman meets up with her real parents. They tell him that they sent Tamara to a special school for children with paranormal powers. However, when they called the school to inform them that Tamara forgot her favorite toy, they discovered that the school was a fake. The only other information they can give him is that they heard about something called the Brain Trust. This toy, does it remind you of anything?
Rainbow
Uh,
Monkey.
yeah, definitely Rainbow Monkey from Kids Next Door.
That and not like a Teletubby?
I definitely Teletubby. I think that's more so the intention because it's got like things on its head. But I mean, it reminded me of Rainbow Monkey.
All right. They should bring that show back. What are they doing? Batman goes to investigate the school and discovers that is in fact a fake. Talking to Bruce, Batman learns that the Brain Trust is a secret society that uses paranormal people. While investigating, Terry discovers the same strange man that the woman was talking to and confronts him. However, the man levitates into the air and hits Terry with a, I guess like a brain buster. Not like a brain buster, but like use his mind to blast him out. That kind of blinds him and deafens him. Lost and confused by the blast, Batman is plummeted, but the man's cane telekinesis powers. However, Batman manages to overcome the man's power and defeats him. In spite of his victory, Batman learns nothing of Tamara's location and talks to her doll. Tamara speaks to him and says that she's in the boat docked on Pier 7. Have you guys had any paranormal? I think I probably asked you guys before. But you guys have any like paranormal experiences or like saw any ghosts?
But yeah, we've had this conversation
Yeah.
before. I have not had any sort of anything because that'd be impossible. So no.
Hmm.
Yeah, ghosts aren't real.
Ghosts.
I will.
Yeah.
I will say while we're still here, I thought this fight that Terry has is like
Mhm.
really really cool. Like it was super creative. Terry had to like think and then like react properly. I thought it was a very unique, cool fight for this episode.
Yeah, there's not like a villain like this in the original Batman series, if I can think of. Maybe I mean it's not Matt Hatter didn't have any telekinesis powers, but um nah, I can't think of anybody. Excuse me. Let me take a water break here. Abrar cut that out. With this information, Batman goes to rescue Tamara and sneaks onto the ship. The man and the woman are upset that the albino hasn't shown up and decide to leave right off. The woman tries to convince Tamara to join up with them, but it's useless. All the same, she locks Tamara in her room and refuses to listen to her pleas to go home. Batman sneaks into Tamara's room and returns her toy and learns that the woman's name is Bombshell. The invulnerable man then confronts him. Batman manages to fight off, but Bombshell attacks him with an explosive blast, hitting the invulnerable man. Bombshell decides to go on herself, but is distracted by a vision of Tamara's toy grown to huge proportions, and is stopped by Batman. The invulnerable man recovers and attacks Batman, and Tamara hits him with a blast and blinds him. He's too also harmless. Later, Terry returns home. Oh yeah, by the way, how you guys like this fight here? She went off Super Saiyan here.
Terry's been put through a lot of walls and things in these past
Yeah,
few episodes. He's been smashed and thrown through stuff. So I do feel bad for him in that regard.
100%. Later, Terry returns to school and tells Max that Tamara and her family was placed into protective custody with better living conditions and doctors to help her with her powers. Max asks whether Tamara's okay now, and Terry says he's sure of it. Looking into the sky, he sees the vision of Tamara waving a happy goodbye as she fades away. All right, so that was it for this episode, this crazy episode. We're giving this a thumbs up or a thumbs down. I'll go with you, Anthony.
Yeah, I'll give it a thumbs up. Like I mentioned earlier, I like that this is a very Terry focused episode. It's not really like a conflict on whether or not he should or shouldn't. You know, sometimes Terry does stuff and Bruce has to be like, "Oh, you'll learn because I've gone through the
Mm-hmm.
same thing." This was very unique to him, and he kind of had to handle it on his own. He got help from characters like Max and everything, but it was just kind of cool to see him focus on a thing and be himself. So yeah, I liked it for that aspect of it.
Yeah, same here. Again, it's a unique episode for Batman Beyond for me. What about you, Ray? Do you want to be like Tamara?
Um, you know what? Yeah, sure.
Mm.
I want to be able to cyclically project things into other people's brains. So when I have a migraine, everyone else around me can feel it, so my pain can be understood. And sometimes just let people see like a Pooh Bear, Winnie the Pooh Bear as well.
I see. I
Um
see.
that being said, I think this episode's a great episode too. Like, this was a lot of fun. Well, hard to say it's fun when a child's kidnapped, but I felt like it was unique for the
100%.
show, as already said, and I think it's funny that when she's like waving goodbye and she's like low opacity over the city, it looks like she died, even though she's perfectly okay. But yeah, I like this episode. I'll give it a thumbs up.
Yeah, it's a thumbs up for me as well. This is probably won't see this anytime soon. Maybe, oh, I don't know. In the next future episodes, we might see Tamara again. If that's the case, good job for that. But this is a very unique episode, as we mentioned. It's a huge thumbs up for me. I do have 2 interesting facts for this episode.
Ooh.
Well, not pertaining. Okay, one fact for the show, one fact just of. Although sometimes believed the concept of humans only being able to tap in 10% of their brains has been proven to be untrue.
Yeah.
I thought that was always true.
No.
No.
It's not true. And it annoys me every time it's brought up in media because of how
Interesting.
untrue it is.
I mean,
Yeah.
they kind of use that in like movies, like, oh, we only like that fact. Like, remember the movie
Other than,
Lucy?
Lucy, yeah.
Yeah. It's one of those things of like, even if you want to say like we don't use 100% of our brains at all, they have done like EEG like testings on people, and it'll be like, well, at minimum you use like 15% of your brain for this one function, and it's like this hemisphere that's currently being looked at this time and all, and it's just, yeah, no.
I mean, it'd be pretty cool if we did use 10% of our brain. That means we're all geniuses.
And just the idea of there being more potential than what there is. I
Yeah.
guess so. But yeah, no, sadly not the case.
Dang. Then they should have a disclaimer for Lucy before you watch. It's like, this is not true.
It's a
She's not
movie.
seeing it.
I do have a fact for the episode here. When Terry recites the name of the past presidents, he stops with Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton, who was the current president at the time the show was made.
Yeah, and then he goes, then it was the boring one.
Yeah. Bush.
Just not true.
That's true, actually. I don't know. Are there any boring presidents out there?
I don't think since Bush we've had a boring president, but that's just because of, I mean, one reason or another. But they all could be considered funny in either good or horrible ways.
Yeah.
That's true. No one. Yeah, I haven't had a boring president. Maybe if we went back in 1776, George Washington might be boring. But anyways,
I wasn't there.
Yeah, we do share the same birthday, George Washington and I, February 22nd. So we're birthday brothers.
Oh, you're kind of like the modern George Washington when you think about it.
I mean, I usually like sit up when I sit down. I have that presidential look, you know. Didn't he have like wooden teeth as well?
That's the story, yeah.
You know, I might have to
He's
talk to my
gonna pull out
dentist.
all of his teeth now.
I might have to talk to my
Wooden
dentist.
dentures. Oh,
Get some wooden
God.
dentures. They wore wigs, right? They wore wigs back in the day.
I don't know. I wasn't there, bro. I wasn't there.
Ah, come on. Well, if they did wear wigs, I'll just keep if I talk to George Washington, I'll just ask questions like that segment with Frodo and Marion. Like, they wear wigs. I'll just keep doing that. Anyways, that was it for this episode of Batman Beyond, episode 6 through 10. Next time, we'll talk about episodes 11 through 15. Until then, guys, this is a great batch of episodes. Where can they find you, Miss Ray?
Sorry.
Oh, you snorted.
By calling me Miss.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, it's not inaccurate. You can find me with the username The Ray Sketches pretty much anywhere. You can. Yeah, that's it. I did it very precisely, and now I'm just killing time. So take it away.
Fantastic. Of course, I'm sure you'll be drawing Rat Boy anytime soon, right?
No.
Oh, okay. What about you, Mr. Anthony?
You can find me at Anthony Lantern on pretty much all social media platforms. You can also find me on YouTube, Anthony Reviews, where I do action figure related videos. So if you like Batman figures or other kinds of figures like video game stuff, feel free to check that out. And I have two podcasts of my own. One is called The Grud, which I do with my good friend Kirk Beatty, where we talk about movies and movie news and industry stuff. We just did our Oscar predictions episode as of this recording, which is probably a little down the line at this point. But we talk about that as well as some anticipated movies of 2026. And I have another podcast that I do with Ray here called the Couples Collector Club, where we talk about what just happened there. You like gasped. Are you all right?
Yeah. I was acting as if I was surprised.
Oh,
Oh,
okay. Didn't come off that way. You can check
Oh.
out the Couples Collectors Club, where Ray and I talk about comic books and toys that we buy and books that she reads and all that stuff. So if you like listen to us, listen to that podcast.
hey, look, if those who are fans of the Grund, they know the Oscar Man story. So if will the Oscar Man show up at your podcast?
I'd say a different type of man showed up this past episode, so you have to give it a
Oh,
listen.
okay. I'm like 5 minutes in, so we'll see what happens. So I'm like, I was waiting for the Oscar Man. I thought he would show up, but okay, I'll listen to the whole episode. You can listen to this on Spotify, on YouTube, on Apple Podcasts. I'm also on Instagram and X and Blue Sky at Brown Boy Wonder Podcast. Guys, we are still in the thick of it of Batman Beyond. We are enjoying this show so much that I don't know what's going with there, but follow us, follow them. Until then, guys, we will see you at the next Bat episode.